right now on LL Bean Guide to the Outdoors.
Hey, this week I'm back at Floyd Ranch with my buddy Tom Floyd. This year we're doing something a little bit different. We're turkey hunting. The camera can't get him. By the time the camera has him, he's already turning and running. Then all of a sudden he steps out. He's like, oh my God. You can see the rope hanging down his neck. It's like, I gotta get that bird. Take. Just gotta clear that tree.
LL Bean started with one simple idea: build a comfortable boot that would keep his feet warm and dry. Well, necessity became the mother of invention, and the Maine hunting shoe was created. What followed was a legacy that would span a century. And little did he know that the boot he made for himself would still be made the same way 100 years later. LL Bean has grown to become the worldwide resource for all who love the outdoors. So join great-grandson of LL Bean, Bill Gorman, and discover your adventure with LL Bean's Guide to the Outdoors.
Texas is home to a vast diversity of animals. It's also here where one of the subspecies of turkeys calls home, the Rio Grande wild turkey, named after the river near which it lives. George B. Sinnott was the first to describe the Rio Grande wild turkey hunting in 1879, and he noticed that it looked as if it were a cross between the eastern wild turkey and the Merriam's wild turkey. And on this trip, Bill's hoping Scott will be able to finish his grand slam.
Hey, this week I'm in a little town outside of Dallas, Texas, and I'm back at Floyd Ranch with my buddy Tom Floyd. I mean, Tom and I have known each other for 20-something years. I mean, Tom's just the greatest guy around. And normally I deer hunt with Tom. This year we're doing something a little bit different. We're turkey hunting. Scott Quinney, my assistant, is with me, as well as Jeff Miller. But with Scott, he's going after his slam for the U.S. And he's got the Osceola. He did not have the Rio. We just got a Gould's last week, so hey, why not bring him to Texas and try to get that Rio done?
You know, I've never been to Texas. I've seen it so much on camera, it's odd to say, but I felt like I knew Texas. But when you get here and you see how vast it is, and you see the whitetail on this ranch, the turkeys, all of the wildlife that they have, it really does take your breath away. You know, when we got here, Bill wanted me to be on camera because he wants me to get the Grand Slam and he wants to capture it all. But I told him, Bill, you know, you got to be on camera. You're the host. We went to Mexico. You let me have all the camera time. It's your turn.
We're down here in South Texas, just outside of Dallas at Tom Floyd's Ranch. And I'd never been here before. We got in late on Thursday and took a ride in the buggies, kind of so he could show us kind of the layout of the property.
And stuff like that is major important. You really need to know the terrain, the topography. You're going out there black 30 in the morning and you're not seeing a thing. You don't know how the land lays out in front of you. So if you're setting up for the first time and you turn around and there's like a giant field behind you and there's no place for turkeys to be hanging out, you've picked the wrong spot. So, you know, it's basically we head to bed and plan on getting up at 5 in the morning.
Everything in here?
I think so. You got the decoy?
Have just basically a banana for breakfast and we're in the woods. We get out, it's super dark. Like I said, we had picked out the night before where we were gonna sit. Get everything set up, we're grassed and pretty decent. And within 15 minutes, the world is lighting up. I'm gonna say we had a minimum of 9 gobblers around us.
Birds were working pretty hard. They were gobbling on the roost. Heard a lot of birds, and it was exciting. I thought, geez, this is gonna be easy.
Jordan's on camera going like, I think my day's gonna be really good. Jeff Miller's in back going like, I can't believe this. And I'm up front going like, yeah, we're gonna rock this.
LL Bean Guide to the Outdoors is brought to you by LL Bean, trusted, innovative, authentic guide to the outdoors. Advanced insulation technology for hunting gear. Primaloft, proven warm even when wet. Mossy oak, it's not a passion, it's an obsession. And Swarovski Optic. Bill's hunting the Floyd Ranch. On the first morning, the woods are filled with the sound of turkeys gobbling. But Bill and Jeff still aren't seeing any of the birds.
As soon as we got camera light, 5 minutes later, they pitch down and shut up. We don't hear another bird. Slow hunt this morning. I mean, there are a ton of toms around us. They're gobbling literally everywhere. Every direction, 360. We've had birds this morning. But right now I'm starting to think maybe they're henned up. They've got the hens with them because we'll call, we'll get a gobble back, and they just shut up. I think we may give it another half-hour tower, keep silent for a little bit, then start calling, see if we can call in a tom who might be finished with the hens. If not, maybe we start doing a little bit of spot and stalk, or head back towards camp, set up in the woods, put a hen out where they can have the visibility there. Do a little calling, see how that works. Maybe just work our way back.
That morning hunt, we kind of all split up to scout out some different areas and try to find some more birds that maybe are a little more responsive to the call.
We stayed there for, I'm gonna say, 2.5 hours, decided to walk back a little bit, and then on our way back, we noticed this hillside. I was thinking if we sit down a little bit farther. These guys gobbled earlier, but they could have gone down after the hens. Give it another hour and a half, did not get a response, did not even see a turkey footprint in that area. So that was kind of difficult. You know what, it's first morning, and I have to say, I'm glad it's not super easy like I thought it was gonna be, because it's still hunting, and sometimes you can get soft. We didn't have a chance to get soft because those birds didn't want to play. Came in around 10:30, 11 o'clock, made plans for the afternoon, and our plan is we're gonna do a 2:30 to 5 o'clock, and then we'll do a 6 o'clock until 8 o'clock hunt.
I notice there's a big time difference between this setup and this morning's. We got a break between the morning hunt and the evening hunt, so we figured we'd just come out and do a mid-afternoon. Come out here, sit back, relax a little bit, maybe do some light calling, if any, but gonna keep it pretty mellow and just see what happens.
And it's just peaceful and quiet, but I mean, the sun is beating down on us. We're in the middle of this blind and in the middle of this field, and we're just getting crushed by the sun. And I'm gonna say right around 4:15, this tom pulls in, and he is a rope hanger. He is just gorgeous.
He's so fat he can't even blend in. He wants to come over here.
The problem is he's at probably 100, 105 yards. He's a smart bird. He's under the trees.
He's moving, but not the right way. He wants to stay in the woods. Obviously, it's cooler.
You know, I was just thinking that day, I should have been in the trees. I mean, I'm knowing this. I've got the experience, and I don't put two and two together, and I had basically set up in a blind that was already pre-set up, and I should have realized it was the wrong spot for that time of day. So we came back to camp, I think we might have spent maybe 5 minutes back in camp and then rocketed to our next spot.
I tell you, we're out filming, and Scott and Jeff are back killing. I mean, 2 beautiful toms down already, so we've got pictures of them, but they told me that doesn't count. So we're back out, and I've got to shoot a bird so I can prove that we're seeing them. Congrats to Jeff and Scott, though. I mean, just super birds. It's awesome.
We've got some areas where the trees are cut out. You can sit a chair in there, get set up, but you don't have that huge 180 view. You set to certain lanes, and We're not sitting down there for more than half an hour. So finally, I look at Garrett and said, head out here and then start walking away from us and start calling. So start at 20 yards to my left and see if you can bring them up. And we hear them gobble, and I jump into the tree line, camera behind me, and the bird pops out. I've got the gun on him, and I hear, I don't have them.
Not yet.
To learn more about your guide to the outdoors, check out our lander page at llbean.com/GTO.
This segment is brought to you by LL Bean. Trusted, innovative, authentic guide to the outdoors.
Bill's got his sights on a gobbler in Texas, but the cameraman's struggling to get his shot due to some brush in the way.
And unfortunately for Jordan and myself, we've got this branch sticking out, completely obscuring the bird, and there's no chance for a shot for him. And I'm sitting there, it's like, oh, okay. One bird had his fun. We'll have to find bird number 2, but just that quick encounter, it was fantastic.
We decided to come around because you got this little back road cut off. Sure enough, he's coming hot and heavy. I'm standing here, basically, I've got to just stand up and shoot him. He comes out, the camera can't get him. By the time the camera has him, he's already turning and running, so no shoot situation, but talk about cool.
After the close encounter, the guys are starting to figure out where these birds are hiding, and Bill's hoping that the next morning their luck's gonna change.
All right, so day number 2, I'm going back to the spot where I saw that big guy at. And we had a good rope, he's a big bird. I'm not setting out in the field. I'm gonna set up, in the woods. First thing in the morning, that's where I went, got set up. I've got Jeff behind me. I've got Jordan behind me. I mean, the whole crew set up. Suddenly, we've probably got, 10 to 20 birds around us. It sounds like it's a big symphony going off. And I'm feeling good about this. I mean, we've got an open lane in front of us. We got the decoy set up. We put a Jake out there, so it's looking ready. And suddenly, we're surrounded by deer. I did mention we're on a turkey hunt, and now we've got deer everywhere.
Faced yet again with another slow morning, the guys stick it out till midday, with a few birds talking back throughout the morning.
Overall, we had some interactions, some back and forth. We had another bird that was gobbling with us, but he never wanted to come up and join the party.
As the sun gets higher and hotter as the morning goes by, the guys decide to head back to camp to regroup and try to figure out a game plan for the rest of the day.
I think this afternoon, we'll do it, I went out yesterday and just set up in this area that's supposedly a traffic area. Yeah. And it seemed to be all right, so this time of day is not bad for that. So if we can find a place, maybe where you went yesterday, killed that bird.
Yeah, I
If
think
there's
that'd
a
be a good
shady
call.
spot, we'll just tuck into that and then sit that out for a couple hours. If there's bird activity there, we stay there.
Yeah.
If not, I think we go to where I went last night. What do you think about that?
We can make that call out for sure. I mean, when I left there with a gobbler going, he was still down there gobbling, so I think it's definitely worth going back to check that out.
We just got to get them to smile
Gotta
for the
get 'em,
camera.
that's right, they're camera shy. We gotta fix that.
All right.
Let's go find some birds.
All right, let's do it.
Hey.
Midday, we figured we'd go to the spot where Jeff shot his bird the other day. He saw birds midday. He saw a lot of toms. So we're going to set up. There's a water tank in that area. We're there for a good, solid 2 hours. We had 4 jakes come in, 1 hen, and they messed around a little bit. There's a gobbler out there beyond them, probably another 100 yards. You couldn't see him, but he would just sound off and sound off and sound off. Never could coax him out of there. We would call, and the jakes would just sort of look and say, yeah, whatever, and not come in. So it was a cool encounter, but it's time to get back to my favorite spot.
Great area. We know we've seen birds here. In fact, we just pushed through the field.
We get there and we start playing with some birds. And sooner or later, we've got hens coming in. We know the hens are dragging a tom because he's sounding off every so often. They see the decoy, and she doesn't like it. So she starts to feed away. Now I see the big guy there, and he's right on the edge of the trees, strutting his stuff, puffed up, you know, big puff daddy, big happy man, and playing with his girls. And you're trying to get him a little bit closer. If he came 10 steps to the right around 45 yards, I probably could have dropped a shot, but he wouldn't give me that pleasure. So we watched him play for a little while, and then the girls decided they didn't want to be here anymore, and they let him off to the roost, and it was nighttime for all of us.
So far we've had some turkeys come in. We ran off 2 hens when we came in. I mean, that's unfortunately what's gonna happen. They came back up. We've heard this tom twice now. But every time he's just hanging way out there. We may have to do a running gun where we just use a small camera, but yeah, we're gonna make it happen. It's just how, I'm not sure.
You know, you have to follow your instincts. And when Tom showed up, I said, Tom, I want to give this place another shot. Can we move some of this blind material over and build a blind right in the woods? He's like, hey, do whatever you want. I should have known this. And we just filled this thing out perfect. Well, you know, 5 o'clock this morning, everyone's up and ready to go, and I'm super happy because 2 things. 1, I'm going to be sitting where I want to, and 2, I know the blind is going to be perfect concealment. It's probably the best blind setup we've had so far. And we're working a little bit, and Jeff's doing some good calling. I'm trying some calling, and nothing. About 30 minutes later, Jeff's like, don't move.
I hear one drumming over here. Okay. Get ready, he's gonna come down that dome.
He said, there's a gobbler here somewhere, don't move.
There he is beyond those trees. Oh yeah, that's a good one. How far is that? Yeah, it's probably 60 right now.
Then all of a sudden he steps out, he's like, oh my God. You can see the rope hanging down his neck. It's like, I gotta get that bird.
For trailers, behind-the-scenes photos, and everything the GTO crew is up to, check us out at facebook.com/guide to the outdoors. For more information, LL Bean Guide to the Outdoors is brought to you by LL Bean, trusted, innovative, authentic guide to the outdoors. Advanced insulation technology for hunting gear. Primaloft, proven warm even when wet. Mossy oak. It's not a passion, it's an obsession. And Swarovski Optic. Bill Gorman finally has a gobbler coming in. That would be a perfect way to end the trip, but can he seal the deal?
There he is beyond those trees. Oh yeah, that's a good one. How far is that? Yeah, it's probably 60 right now.
Then all of a sudden he steps out, he's like, oh my God. You can see the rope hanging down his neck. It's like, I gotta get that bird.
He's gonna clear that tree. Yep.
I don't know, I didn't really feel like chancing it because this is day 3 of a 3-day hunt. And Bill is like, shoot him.
Take him.
Boom. And you can see the pellets hit him good. It looks like he falls down and just trips. And you're like, what the heck? But he piled right up. It was awesome to see.
Whoa. That was a long shot. I swear, that is a long shot.
Bill made short work of that. It was a great hunt, a lot of fun, beautiful bird.
I felt I better run out there quick, so I ran out there quick and do the old next step boogie. But it took me a bit to get there. It's like, what the heck? I turned around and ranged it. We're over 55 yards. That guy's got some.
It's 50 yards, it's great, yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Awesome, man. They were tough this morning. They've been tough this week.
I didn't know if I was going to get one of this film or not.
That's a 3-year-old. That's a nice bird. That's awesome.
So today I finally get the bird down, put the smack down on him. Beautiful spurs, beautiful beard. You always make it a good hunt, Tom. Thank you.
Beard off, son. He's got a heavy beard, though.
It's nice when you work for him and it pays off. It makes for a good hunt.
I gotta say we go hunting because Scott and Jeff need to get a bird on camera.
So Bill got his bird, and after that he said, hey Scott, let's try now to get you on camera with a reel. So we really did try. These birds, as I said, they're not as hot as they were at the beginning of the season. They've cooled their jets down a little bit, and so they're just not coming in as easy as they might at the beginning of the season. We called and we worked them. We worked these birds. We had birds all around us. We just couldn't get them close enough, no matter what we did to get them in. So, you know, we didn't get them on the camera. You know what? Sometimes it doesn't work the way you want it, unfortunately. But you know what I mean? You got to get it done, and it couldn't have been a better hunt. It couldn't have been more fun. So I'd have loved to get it on camera as well. But I'm sure happy to be in Texas and have a second bird. Whether it's on camera or not, thank you so much for the opportunity. It was so much fun to be with you and Jeff and to share this time and to meet Tom Floyd. What an honor it was to meet him. What a blast it was to be with all of you, and what a beautiful ranch.
I could have asked for a better group of guys to hang out with. I mean,
It's been a great trip down here in South Texas. Really fortunate to spend some time. I'd never been on Tom's ranch. Enjoy this part of the country, and look forward to doing it again.
you know, it's not about just the friendship and the hunt. It's about actually getting stuff done around camp too. Everyone pitches in, everyone gets the work done. We work together as a unit, and that's the way it should be done. So overall, I'll be hunting with these guys forever. So I just look forward to more hunts together.